Just don't let me die.
CCKC, the platypus.
Whoa, you're listening to CCKC 88.9 FM. The first time we've ever done FM in the PM. My name is...
FM in the PM.
I'm Colin Sweets. How you guys doing?
Good, buddy. How you doing?
What's your name, man?
I'm I-double-D. Sorry, I should have introduced myself.
That's not going to last much longer. I
No,
don't think.
well, see, this is where I'm standing on this right now. I would really like I-double-D to stick, just to mean something different.
Oh, really?
Well, yeah, because I-double-D is pretty well what I use for almost every form of internet anything.
Okay.
Like my Twitter is I-double-D.
So just for your selfish convenience, you would
Yes,
want to keep it.
Precisely.
I understand. Also for, the sake of your fans and not wanting to have to learn a new name to call you.
That is another thing.
At the same time, I've always gone by Bucket Hat Bobby, and I'd never wear a bucket hat anymore.
This is
I
true.
haven't for years.
This is, by the way, the Doc
say.
Copper bucket hat Bobby Matheson hanging out in the studio with us from the cave.
From the cave.
New little man just introduced himself to us. Welcome to our show.
CCKC, the platypus.
Good morning, this is CCKC, and I'm Colin Sweets with Platypus Globe. Prime Minister Stephen Harper's upcoming visit to the White House for the first time since the economy has taken a turn for the better has some wondering if the United States and Canada still have the same big brother-little brother relationship we've developed over the years. Yes, said a platypus source's younger brother. He's fatter, meaner, richer, and for some reason everyone thinks he's so cool. I resisted to mention scarier and more violent for the mere fact that it begs the question, whose older brother is Egypt? According to an LA woman, Osama bin Laden has spent the last 10 years masquerading as a world-famous hip-hop mogul in $500 sweaters and yellow Lamborghinis. It was reported this week that Sean P. Diddy Combs is being sued by an unnamed Los Angeles woman for $1 trillion for his alleged affiliation with the 9/11 terrorist attacks. And please take note of the fact that I only say alleged because I have to. The previously involved mother of two claimed Diddy entered her house and forcefully knocked her two children to the ground. The platypus assures you we are doing our very best to inform this woman that the World Trade Center towers were not her children. The woman is pressing the same charges against Floridian Kevin Simon, who was arrested following his JetBlue flight last week for insisting on paying for his headphones with cash. Classic rocker friends and tour mates Sir Elton John and Billy Joel are not on the best of terms. According to People magazine, Sir Elton has spoken out about his concern for Joel's alcoholism, saying he's lazy and doesn't take rehab seriously. But what it really comes down to is a good old-fashioned game of rock, paper, scissors, Rocket Man, Piano Man. And in my books, rocket beats piano. The credibility of a school janitor is in question since it's been claimed that through his belief in the old-fashioned disciplinary system, he has taken to locking problem students in the school dungeon. But the real story here is how the round table serves as the world's most communal cafeteria. I think any learning institution that has an in-school dungeon needs to do a little something I like to call looking at the big picture. Well, the world awaits another Super Bowl weekend, and I know one family that's more excited than anyone. A new mother and father in Wisconsin named their twin baby boys after team members of the Green Bay Packers. They were also married on Brett Favre's birthday, but they insist that was just a coincidence. So it's just the kids then? Good, I was afraid you guys were obsessed. Justin Bieber's recent comments on Access that his first kiss when he was 11 or 12 was awkward has prompted many celebrity blog sites to speculate that Bieber might be gay. My original comment was, give the kid a break. I didn't kiss a girl until I was 15, and to this day I haven't had a kiss that wasn't awkward. I then recalled the fact that I'm about $50 million short of Justin Bieber and retracted to comment, he's a big boy, he can take care of himself. Egyptian President Hosni Mubarak told press earlier this week that in September of 2011, he would step down just before the completion of his 30th year in the position. For self-comfort, the people of Egypt have reported that Mubarak's resignation is due to his acknowledgement of the chaos he can no longer maintain. Although it's probably just because the palace has shut down its Taco Bell franchise. The latest Charlie Sheen news this time involves ex-wife Denise Richards. Reportedly, Richards is cross with Sheen for leaving their two children in the care of one of his porn star friends. Of course, then Richards realized, in fact, she was the fool for leaving their children with Sheen in the first place. In a release, the referenced porn actress says, I know I'm not really one to talk, but I really felt the kids needed a good role model. A California man caring for his two children last week in LA left them at home and proceeded to rob a nearby gas station for cash and cigarettes. The children were safe, however, as they were left in the care of a woman who entertained them by showing them her movie, A Beautiful Behind. For those not following, this is another Charlie Sheen joke. A new study shows that teenagers have an innate ability to function well under the resting conditions of late nights and late mornings, and that you're officially an adult once you can no longer stay up all night. This has prompted the administrators of Toronto's East Commerce Collegiate Institute to test starting classes at 10 a.m. A local of this particular community, Kathy Dandy, is of the strong opinion that 11:30 a.m. is a more suitable starting time. She's also recently been granted the title of Canada's coolest mom since Shannon Tweed. I have no other jokes for this story, just really wanted to give the big dog something to think about. Groundhog Day was this Wednesday, and for once he didn't see his shadow, ironically, because of all the nasty winter weather we've been having, which means Halifax, Nova Scotia should have the opportunity to welcome an early spring sometime in the next 6 weeks. In unrelated news, the NSCC waterfront was shut down this week for fear of weather-induced power failure and the possibility that a snowplow could get Steve Melonson's other leg. For Platypus Globe, I'm Colin Sweets. Have a great weekend.
I don't think anyone can be a genius if they tattoo it on their forehead.
Well, I think that's ridiculous, exactly.
Like, tattooing it anywhere is stupid, but on your forehead? Come on.
I do have the tattoo on my leg. I don't believe in tattoos.
That's true. I've seen that one.
You have that tattooed on your leg?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Telling me.
Yeah.
Speaking of ridiculous stories and finding them in really weird places, Sweets, I was telling you about this, Bobby. I don't know if you heard, but recent discovery, they have recently discovered another 213 planets.
Yeah. You told me.
54 of them could support life, and this was on the 6th page of the Metro.
What the? What?
Yeah.
On the, like in the free newspaper on page 6.
Yeah, the paper that, as Amanda Debison so eloquently put it,
Oh,
that is
so
only
well.
available at bus stops and college campuses.
Yeah.
They put it on the 6th page that they recently discovered 213 planets.
That's like not realizing that there was 213 other people in this studio.
Yeah,
right
exactly. It's like, oh, hey, Jim, how you doing? I didn't see you there along with your 212 friends.
They seem like good guys, though.
When you and your buddies need a vacation.
We're going to CCKC Platypus Lodge.
Guys, come look at this.
Isn't it kind of weird, a bunch of students all sitting naked around the same radio?
What happened last night? It was like all the best music from my entire life.
It must be some kind of radio time machine. Man, do you have any Ritalin?
What?
Do you have your iPod?
We don't need it, man. We've got CCKC.
This is our chance.
On 88.9 The Platypus, use the past to change your future.
CC Casey, man. I'm never going back. Great White Buffalo.
What?